Hi friends, I hope this finds you all well. I wanted to share something with you that was a small part of a larger conversation with Spirit. And this conversation took place, I want to say, sometime in the middle of 2023. And I was walking across the street to get into my car in broad daylight, and very much at this time in my life, I was still very much in a disoriented place, although not suffering extremely like I did for the 5 months from January of 2023 to May of 2023, but still very disoriented, but also very connected, and experiencing still a lot of tests and a lot of lack of feeling like there was a shared reality between myself and others because of hearing this voice and because of the teaching dreams and because of all the mystical experiences that were happening. And I had asked Spirit many times, what is happening here? I mean, many times. And many times I didn't get an answer. Sometimes I did. And this is one of those times. As I got into my car, I said, Spirit, what is the big picture of what's happening here? Meaning me hearing the voice of what feels like a divine energy, but not understanding all the tests I was experiencing. And Spirit showed me an image through my imagination. And the image was of the globe. And I'm going to pause here and backfill you on something so that what Spirit showed me next makes sense. So years before, probably 10 years earlier, maybe 15 years earlier, my ex-spouse and I were going to the university in our local town. We lived in a city in the South at the time. Or I lived in the city of the South with my ex at the time. Now I live in Austin. And the university had this performing arts show where people from, I think they were from Europe, they were like ballerina dancers, part ballet and part gymnastics, and they were really toned and cut and really powerful, strong bodies. And it was probably like 6 men and 6 women. And there were several acts in this performance, and I don't think there was any vocalization. I think it was maybe a little bit of music mixed in, and then mostly just the visual arts themselves. And I don't remember if the name of the act, this particular act, was called this, or if the speaker introduced the act and used this word, which I'll come to in a minute. The act was men coming to the center of the stage and kind of like crouching down in like a ball, but standing, and forming this like brick circle of bodies in the center of the stage. And the women came from all corners of the stage, and they would run full force and jump on the men's backs and shoot across the far end of the stage. And so they were just running and jumping off these men. And the name of the act was Inoculate because, and again, I don't know if it was a speaker or if it was in the pamphlet for the performance, but it was named Inoculate because according to, and I'm going to get the fact wrong, but according to that performance's research, mushrooms, when they are giving off spores, which the spores are like their offspring, they shoot, I guess when their hood opens, they shoot the spores so far away from the parent mushroom that it's something akin to, if you were to do the math, something like a mile to a human or a kilometer to a human. It's some ungodly amount of distance from the parent spore. And so that's why the name of the act was Inoculate. And so coming back to that moment in my car, and I had said to Spirit, what is the big picture of what's happening here? So Spirit showed me the globe and showed me lines going all around the globe and said, inoculating. Actually, I think Spirit said inoculate, but I'm translating to inoculating. And I've had a long time to think about this conversation, and I'm still integrating. I'm still integrating from a lot of the conversations that we've had, because some of the clarity doesn't come for many months or longer. But I think, given that my spiritual awakening happened to start with ayahuasca, it could have started with any wisdom tradition, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. It just happened to start with ayahuasca. The way I interpret that, and I've actually heard this from other people, which is interesting, is that the spirit of ayahuasca is healing people around the globe. And I believe that the spirit of these medicines is the spirit of the divine, which makes me feel really optimistic, makes me feel like, given the condition of the earth and the large population of humans on the earth, that there's hope, and that as we heal from the inside out with the help of these medicines, and we can also heal from, many pathways to healing. It doesn't have to be through psychedelics. It can be through community. It can be through, just doing our work, right? And forgiving and expressing, and all the things, all the difficult things that we all find on our healing journey. But it seems to be that these plants are helping us because the earth wants us to heal, which, if everything is a connected web, that means if we're healing, we can also heal the earth. So I'll take that optimistic interpretation as far as I can take it, and I hope that story can give you some hope as well about the power of the individual's role in healing the globe by starting with themselves and being compassionate towards all of their pain, and eventually being able to help others heal as well, including Mama Earth. All right, everybody, much love. Thanks for watching.